the average people, they won't be able to relate to success principles or anything like that. You can break this down into just about anything: relationships, weight, anything like your school. Like people who go to school and make bad grades, like you wasting a lot of energy at school anyway, and you waste the same amount of energy to make good grades and the same amount of energy to waste bad grades. You're gonna waste the same amount of energy and the same amount of time. The same thing with our job. You're gonna waste the same amount of energy and the same amount of time being on the clock, regardless of if you do the work or if you don't do the work. So you might as well just do the work.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. Here today, it is me, your boy, and what?
I was doing the Lord.
Oh,
Oh,
we
I
gotta
thought
get
you was
that
like
sound
taking a
effect.
shot or something.
I did too. That was weird. But it is
Okay, I
your boy Marcus Morton. Here with me, as always, the Aaron Mack and the lovely Coco. And today we got again Alyssa Ramirez.
I thought he was gonna roll his tongue.
I was gonna try to, but I was like, alright, nah.
Am I still the only one at the table? I'm the only one at the table that can't do it.
Yep, I can't.
Ramirez.
Like it depends on. Like I can't do it on command. It happens sometimes, but it's not on command.
You're gonna have to learn if you want that to be part of your last name. It's not gargling. No, not gargling.
Boy, oh boy.
It just don't do it. If my tongue, I got the lazy tongue, is wide. It don't do stuff. It don't do stuff.
Don't do
Maybe you
don't
gotta
do
exercise
stuff.
it. What? Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh.
Okay,
That's
moving on.
Exercise your tongues, people.
If you want to trill your R's and be amongst the professional Spanish speakers, you got to exercise the tongue.
Oh God.
Oh man, let's get into today's episode. Do we have a fair foul, man? First of all, you know what? Yeah, I do got a fair foul. Or boss of false. I'm stealing from other people's podcasts, ain't I?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Do we have a boss of false? Let's talk about this. Is it a boss move or a false move for the job to get his power knocked out and keep motherfuckers on the clock and keep motherfuckers stranded in the building while yelling at them to stay 6 feet apart for a whole 2 hours? Is it a boss move or a false move for a job to do that? A small warehouse job, might I add. I ain't gonna say where it at, because I ain't trying to put nobody business out there like that. But you know, I just want to know: is it a boss move or a false move for your job to hold you in the facility and not allow you to leave and make you stay 6 feet from everybody, even though they packing you in one consolidated location? Is it a boss move or a false move? Let's go.
You know that's a motherfucking false move.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
I guess they was hoping the power would come
yeah.
back on. That's what they always do. That I just
Even when we was in the cold at one time.
Oh, when we had to go outside.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I remember. Why were we out there?
because the gas, one of the
OP.
Yeah, the battery was leaking methane or something like that, and they thought it was about to blow up.
Sure.
Were you there for that? I think that was right before you got there.
I'm guessing because I've heard the story, but never actually was there.
outside freezing, and then
Outside
didn't want us
freezing.
to cuddle. I was cold.
No, that was.
That's when we got them little cheap ass blankets.
Yeah, we still got them.
Yeah, I still got them too. I got 2 of them.
How you get two?
Somebody left it just there, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna take this home and watch this."
Yeah,
Facts.
we put them in our car on the way back in.
Sure did. They had like folks walking in the building with aluminum foil ponchos on.
Oh wow.
Do those actually
Yeah.
work? I haven't tried them.
I've heard about them.
I
Wait,
think so.
not for which? What are you talking about?
Like the aluminum foil blankets that they provide during
Like for heat,
emergencies and
or-
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They should.
I just know I was cold regardless of where they put me, what they gave me.
Oh, thanks.
And then like we were outside for a whole hour and a half before they even decided to give us the blankets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they was picking and choosing for people who can go sit in their car. Excuse me?
Mm-hmm. Because of the older people who couldn't stand up for a long
They
period of
wasn't
time.
even older.
Well, they had the one chick who had she got the bad leg.
Oh,
So
somebody had
they-
a rod in her leg or
So
something.
they let her go to her car, and everybody else was pissed off. I'm like, look, y'all signed up for this shit. I'm like, we gotta take it. We just gotta take it. We can't do nothing about it. Ah man, that kind of we can kind of like make that transition into the topic for real. Like if we want to, like people who want stuff but ain't really willing to do nothing about it, ain't willing to work for it, and think things gonna come to them automatically.
Autumn.
You tried.
Automatically.
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 Ah.
It's like the
Did you just get it?
Yeah.
Hey.
it's like the 2024.
What?
It was something that Courtney had on her phone. It was like I forget
Which
how they
one
worded
is
it.
20 and
2-4.
2-4? And then it had like 2 2s, 2 4s, 2 zeros, 2 4s.
And then
and
it
then-
had 2040.
Yeah.
I got it. All right, that makes sense.
Marcus did not.
That makes sense.
He was
overthinking it.
2 zeros with an
But
S at
it
the
didn't
end.
have it.
He was overthinking it.
All you had to
I'm
do was
saying.
answer it.
We did. The
All
first
of
one would
them.
be correct.
This podcast episode is brought to you by Hurricane Asias.
That's
Thank
his
you
name.
for
I
fucking
couldn't
up my
pronounce
goddamn
it.
morning.
Osiris. Why does that sound like a Greek god?
It probably is.
Osiris. No, that's Egyptian, I think.
It's probably some kind of god.
Hmm.
I don't know. I haven't read about him in Greek mythology yet.
Yet.
Well, you know,
Plan on
but
to.
the whole Ascension universe is kind of built off of, you know, yeah. So there's that. But yeah. You know, we originally thought that due to power outages and all that other stuff that we would end up having to do the podcast sit in the car because you know we ain't had no power. But you know, I realized that that the cameras won't charge up when I got back to the apartment, so there was that. So, you know, we would have just like worked off of cell phone footage and voice memos. But regardless,
We was going to get it done.
Regardless, we were going to get it done. No ifs, ands, or buts. All right.
How do y'all feel about patience?
I don't.
Yeah.
That's too broad.
Too bright?
That's too broad.
No?
I
Okay.
don't. I don't have none.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to humans.
And their bullshit.
But patience is key to like everything. Like you gotta have it.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm just saying, in general, you
Please
gotta
don't
have
tell me
patience.
this conversation is about to be like on some passive aggressive stuff.
I mean, because it can get physical.
No, we don't need it to get physical.
HR.
Unhand me.
Apparently our HR team is still in Colorado. They're working remotely. They don't know they got the job yet.
My sister.
Every war is ended with the conversation, might I say. So if it get physical, you still got to talk about it.
If it's not like long patience, like you ain't gotta wait like years or months or nothing like that. But like
For what?
for
What we waiting on?
anything, just anything in life.
It just depends on what type of success, like what type of thing you're waiting for. Like whether it's a new position, a job, or starting off a company, or
Or a new house.
a new house.
That's a perfect example we talked about last podcast. Somebody getting the vehicle because they couldn't get the house.
Oh yeah. That's
There, that wasn't even no room for patience.
And then got upset when I called him out on it.
He got upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like him pointing out the flaws in his logic.
But I feel like, yo, if you gonna call me your buddy, then you're subjected to that. Like that's
you should like
you should know me. You should know me by now. Like,
right.
I'm not going to congratulate you on bullshit.
It's a constructive criticism, kind of like that.
Yeah,
it's there to help. It's like tough love.
Maybe.
But yeah, just like that. Like you.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out when did cars start lasting for a long time, enough to be called an asset. Do we not know the difference between assets and liabilities?
Some
did
people
we talk
don't.
about this?
I believe we.
I thought all white people did. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because they get the Mustangs, the Ferraris.
The midlife crisis car.
But once you drive that bad boy off the lot, it just slowly, well, not even slowly.
It's not even slowly.
Immediately.
It drops at least
in value.
A whole 25% just the first day.
Oh, man.
25%.
When my folks taught me about, what is it? Depreciation.
We got you.
Depreciation.
It's all good.
Depreciation.
Depreciation, people.
You can roll your R's. You can do depreciation.
Meaning, once you own something, it immediately starts to devalue.
Not really. It devalues before you even own it.
Stop playing.
Yeah, because the bank own it.
Sadly.
Yeah, once you apply for what, a car loan or whatever.
Yeah, once the ownership goes from them to you, it's a used car.
That's great. Well, all right. So when that happens, and I think every 20 years you can sign. Well, not every 20 years, but once your car is like 20 years old, you can sign it up for it being an antique.
I promise you, it ain't lasting that long.
Hold on, my dad.
It depends.
Car lasted that long. Well,
how old was it already?
I mean, he bought it in 2000, and it was made in 2000, and yeah, it's still sitting out in my old house.
Who driving it?
No.
Who planned on driving it?
No, I was gonna sell it.
Exactly. It's what kind of car
It
is it?
lasts when you don't use it.
It's a 2000 Nissan
Right.
Sentra.
No, that still work. That still work. That jump like a car on an apocalyptic movie. You start that jump right up, it's going. That's like a Toyota Camry.
And it's a stick, right?
Yeah, it's a stick.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
But when you do that, when you sign up a car for an antique, does it increase in value or is it still not much?
It depends on like the quality of it and how well it was upkept and all of that.
There's a lot of factors that go.
There's
into
antique
that.
and classic. There's like small differences. I can't remember what, but I used to quote them all the time.
But speaking of patience, people can't even wait that long to like have a car that long enough to own it. Pay it off.
Right.
They gotta trade it in.
Right.
Or what? Can't you like lease a car?
Yeah.
You can, but it's a lot of wasted money though.
Yeah.
Because like by
That's
the
for
time,
the types of people that love to upgrade cars every 3 years.
Because I actually, for that reason that I get tired of cars real fast, I actually thought about leasing vehicles. But even like every time you lease it, you still had to pay like a down payment of like $2,000. Like just standard, you had to pay a $2,000 down payment, no matter what the car is.
That and it limits the number of miles that you can do, and you have to pay more if there's like slight damages to it.
Yep.
You don't actually get to own it at the end of it.
Right. And then you can lease to own, but like once you go like at the end of your lease and be like, I want to buy this vehicle outright, they charge you full retail.
Yep. My mom did that.
Oh no.
They charge you full retail. They
Oh,
try
She
to.
paid like eight years worth for just like a car that she should have just bought right out.
From the beginning. And then end up trading it in?
She ended up selling it. Well, technically trading it in, but it was long since paid off.
And I think it's messed up though, because like car dealerships, they'll try to wrap you up with the whole trade-in situation.
Right.
It's like you owe a certain amount of money on a car, and then when you trade it in, they're like, yeah, we'll pay your car off for you.
Well, yeah.
And then they wrap
do.
wrap up their charges in some other shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like you didn't even pay the car off. Like for instance, like I owed $13,000 on my last car.
Right.
My 2013 Altima. And when I got the 2017 Altima, they said that they were going to give me $10,000 towards that car, which was bullshit. It had over 100,000 miles on it. You're not about to give me $10,000 for this. I know this. I know. It's not even important. They just went on and added it on to the loan. And it was like they told me that they were giving me $10,000 towards it. And I'm like, I know you're not about to give me $10,000 towards it. They just added it to the loan. Like they financed me for the remainder of what they didn't give me, the gap. They financed me for that I owed on the old car plus the bills on the new car. So like you got people going out that, like and the folks who trade their cars in like every 2 years, and some people less than that. I'm thinking about like the negative equity that you have on your loans when you do that,
right?
Because it's like you got $120,000 worth of debt and a car that's only worth like 15. Like how does that even work? And why is the bank allowing you to do that? Like it's nobody's like knocking on your door like, hey, so let me tell you about your financials. You're fucking up is what I'm here to tell you. You're fucking up. It's insane, man.
I mean, it's all to make money.
Yeah,
what you say?
Just money hungry.
I mean, and we live in a dog eat dog world. It's like if you gonna be stupid enough to allow me to do this to you, then hey, by all means.
That's why they have to create fiduciary funds and all that.
But then I can't just come outright and just tell you like, look, you're fucking up.
Why shouldn't?
Because then you can sue me for harassment.
What? Nah.
Look,
I mean, you need to hear it. It may hurt, but you fucking up.
You're fucking up. Like,
damn.
You can do that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We're in a sue happy country.
Hell yeah. Everybody's sensitive, especially it's 2022. Folks looking for a check.
Facts.
The lottery ain't paying out as much as it used to. Hey, everybody looking for a check.
With a shopping cart, suing your ass. I'm
suing your ass.
They be wanting to get hit by a car. Hit me
the
with
situation that happened at work, she should have sued her.
Let's talk about that. I'm confused. So the girl got hit. Can we talk about it? Can we not talk about it?
Just don't include names.
Of course not.
All right.
I ain't got the insurance for that. So the girl got hit with a cart, but the lady who hit her with the cart was the one pissed off.
Yes. Basically.
What?
Make that make sense.
But that happens though. That happens in some situations.
No.
Like the person that sues will be the cause of the problem.
Damn.
And then they just somehow they win.
How the fuck? They must have sold that off.
That's true. That's true. They're like the lady who ordered a cheeseburger from McDonald's and sued McDonald's because she was allergic to cheese. Or was it a guy?
What?
Oh yeah.
It was one like there's another one where
the hot coffee.
And then I think somebody there was like they sued McDonald's or something because they was fat.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like stop eating it.
What in the world?
He won though.
But is that why they came up with the healthy menu with the salads and stuff?
No, they started putting the calories on the on the menu.
Shit. Oh yeah, I remember the placemat in America.
America.
You need to be like Japan. There's a restaurant in Japan where they got like the little the bars, and each one kind of gets closer. So whichever one you fit through, whichever one you can't fit through, that's what meal you have to. That's the meal you get.
Huh?
What the shit?
So like if you can make it all the way through, I think you get like a meal with everything on it. But if you like get to like the middle or something, like you get a little smaller meal, and then if you can't make it through the first one, you get even smaller.
Oh,
So,
wow.
shit.
Oh.
We gonna have to confirm that. I need to see if that's real.
That sounds like a
That's horrible.
very, very bad idea.
That's fucking horrible.
But it's smart though.
It's like this
I
is the
feel
skinny
like
line.
That's the equivalent of asking someone their weight to
discrimination.
make sure
It
that
is. Well, actually, no, because
they won't
you're
fall
not
out of
saying
a
it.
roller coaster or something.
It's like it's not discrimination because you're not saying it.
I mean, you making it fucking obvious.
If you can reach it, then you
Do what you need to do.
In America, we just send a skinny person in there to go get it for us. And I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody told me that you know how the Red Bull commercial has it gives you wings.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that they put the extra 3 eyes in wings because somebody drank a Red Bull thinking saying that it was supposed to give them wings, and they jumped off a building or something like that and hurt themselves, and then sued the company.
Well, tragic. Well, depending on what you believe in, it did give that person wing.
Oh.
That's
Well,
what
no.
I always thought. That was
Oh my god!
Oh, that got grim.
They live. They sued Red Bull.
Well,
all right, well, never mind.
I
We won't
mean,
trying hard enough. I'm sorry.
I mean, they can buy wings now.
I guess so.
Tragic.
Oh damn. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
but with companies like that, like that puts them in the bind because they really have to be careful what they say, what they do, and how they advertise.
That's with every company.
Well, yeah, but like, why is it that overly sensitive that people will do stupid stuff like that to get a check?
Because they just find loopholes to get money. That's all that is. It's just a loophole.
Remember that episode of 911 when the lady was scamming people and she kept, getting hurt or whatever, and then she actually got hurt?
Damn.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one with the snakes?
No, it was the one where she got ran over in the parking lot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a hit. That was a hit.
And then what? She moved on to first she started stealing mail,
We gotta get this bitch.
and then she moved into scamming people on it.
Yeah.
Stealing mail.
Yeah, that was her.
What the fuck?
She was stealing packages off of people's property.
Cause what they caught her like 3 times.
Look. People be out here scamming.
I hate people.
They saying this is the scamming year for some reason.
Cause everybody on their phones and stuff. It's all technology here.
Yep. Welcome to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Where common sense is not sold anywhere. Not even by the government.
I mean, considering a certain individual running the country does not have
We can't
any
say stuff.
sense.
We can't say stuff like that. I'm gonna have to block
That's
that
okay. You're gonna blank it out.
out. Probably not. But
Yeah.
Common sense just kind of got less and less over the years. Like it was a shortage in having no common sense. They had to make sacrifices somewhere. They was like, you get a dash.
more boobs. Less brain. That one right?
It be
'Cause
like that
is
sometimes,
that
though.
not the thing? Like the looks is more important than the brains now. That's not the thing.
It,
has been.
was, but people are starting to, realize that.
No.
Really?
No.
I mean, you still got like Instagram
There's
models
still people out here getting facelifts, Brazilian butt lifts, boob jobs.
Oh my God, this lady, when I went to get my ear fixed, she was coming in to get her face done. Oh my goodness.
During COVID.
Yeah, basically.
You supposed to be social distancing and the world going hard for social distancing, and you put your money in a facelift, getting your face done. Botox.
to do the
huh?
opposite.
You know what? She probably rich though. Like I can't think of like a regular, like some kind of regular Joe just going to get like Botox in their face. Like that ain't.
She trying to look younger.
Somebody working a 9 to 5 ain't out here
no.
pumping their face with chemicals.
Oh no. Not where we work at. I hope not.
Lord.
They put that money in something else. Them heavy ass eyelashes.
Man, oh man.
Don't get me started.
Man,
on them
oh,
butterflies there. Oh my God.
It's like they about to fly away backwards. Like I don't don't get it, man. Like, what? Who said that was the style?
Cover girl.
Yeah.
Huh?
Cover girl.
Bro, ain't
Makeup.
nobody on no.
They don't sound no damn
Ain't
lashes.
nobody on no cover girl
I'm talking
commercial.
about like in general, like makeup
Oh.
places.
I'm about to say,
It's
ain't nobody on
everyone
no
with
cover
always
girl
like
commercial.
the super long lashes and
Like,
but it looked dumb though. Like you.
But I mean, that's true.
Hold on, I have worn them before, but I never got them like long as hell.
Yeah.
And like bushy, like
Ew,
Yeah.
they're the worst kind.
Look like a whole beard, like
Like
a
a
mustache
Furby.
or something like that.
You fucking eye.
like the little
like folks.
Tragic.
what kind of mustache is that? Like the one with
Oh, the handlebar mustache.
Jesus.
I mean, sure.
Supposed to be looking like they got full sets of eyebrows.
That's almost like the duck lip trend where they had to put their lips in a little small bottle or something,
Oh,
and they were getting
That's not a thing.
Like this.
bruised. It was.
That's not a thing.
it was. It was the
They
Kylie
were-
I can't
Jenner.
even do it. My
That's
butt
not a
big.
thing.
Yep.
They
They were
Yeah,
bruising their lips. To,
yeah. They were popping blood vessels from.
oh, Jesus.
Hmm Yeah.
Yeah.
You missed that.
Just be glad.
I'm sorry, I was somewhere working and doing something real with my life.
Fact.
We're gonna go ahead and get back to the topic right after this message. This episode of the Dirty Trunk Podcast is brought to you by FNX Fit. AMG is big on growth and developing your business and knowledge base, but you can't focus on gaining wealth if you do not have good health. FNXFit.com has a wide array of natural health products that you can take on the go, including pre-workout, post-workout, natural energy, protein, and my favorite, the Super Green Blend. That's what I've been using lately, and I've been hogging it, honestly. But I've been trying to start juicing for a while now. But when you work a 9-to-5 job, it's hard to squeeze in all of your nutrients, and blending fruits and veggies is another job in of itself. But FNX has a product called the Rebalance Super Green that has natural, raw ingredients, antibiotics, and a 5-grass blend that delivers all the vitamins and nutrients your body needs to function properly. Head over to fnxfit.com and enter the code AMGFIT for 10% off of your order today. Help support our platform today by supporting our sponsor. This episode is also brought to you by Rise to Greatness Apparel. The Ascension brand's mission is to promote growth. Keep learning and keep pushing to be better than you were yesterday. The power of affirmations can be your biggest tool to reaching your goals. So let our merch be a symbol of your affirmations. From shirts to accessories, find Ascension Star and Dirty Trunk merch today on our website. You see me rocking the crisp Ascension Star cap every episode with the green underbill to remind us all to keep looking up to find our destiny. Or if that's not your style, choose between a range of our other products. Your destiny is written in the stars, not on the ground. Head over to ascensiondynasty.com/shop and enter the code AMG10 for 10% off your next order. Welcome back to the Dirty Trump Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I really need to say that, but I mean it's cool. It's cool. But we gonna go ahead and get back into this topic though. We got to, man, because like people out here need to know, man. Like the dangers of being stupid. No, I can't say stupid. The dangers of being
Passive to what's going on.
doing
around.
hard work. No, we'll talk about the microwave society thing right now. Like everybody wanting stuff, but not really willing to work for it. Like
Shit don't fall out the sky.
shit don't fall out the sky, and it's not even about people wanting things. It's like about people wanting to like change situations, all type of stuff. Like everybody, what's up, man?
I was like, bird shit does.
Wait, what?
I was like, bird crap does. It does.
It do fall out the sky. Now I want to actually like get into some practical stuff on this episode. At least I don't want to like continue like having a whole party on the episode. I want to leave people with something that some actual notes, something that they can take away from the episode. Dirty Trump Podcast. That's what we do here. We want to help. And we like to do that the best way we know how with the experience that we have and everything that we've learned in our lives. Guys, so we all at this table know the value of working hard at this point. And we know that the people that we are now was not going to get us to where we want to be in our future. Our 10-year plan isn't necessarily going to be it's not going to be the people that we are right now at this table. So with that being said, I want to ask a question, because last week's episode we talked about our flight assessments, and we all got to know ourselves on a very, very, very intimate level. So I would like to know, like right now at this table, like if anybody like put that report to action over the week, and how did you do it?
I mean, I helped my mom take the flight assessment test as well. Saw her.
You have 3 of your family members take it.
Well, yeah, but still. Just kind of trying to get myself out there as well, just knowing that sometimes I can be really closed off and people don't know how to read me, and it was just interesting to see how the other 3 sort of, one of them was nearly exactly the same as me, and then the other 2 were completely opposite. They're like, you 2. Well, they're like a combination of you 3.
Just like Miranda came up like a whole divergent. Like all her stuff was pretty much equal.
All
like,
of hers were high.
And they were high.
And so were Mitch's.
Yeah, it was insane. Like all of their stuff is high. In the same category too.
Yeah, it's like above 50 for all 4.
Yeah.
It was like, what was hers? Like 97 for D and like 75 for I.
I don't remember exactly, but I just know like for DI and C
S. Oh no. It was only the 3.
Oh, yeah.
C was like
C was low.
2.
It was low. It was dumb low. Like no cautions.
I was like well, all right.
No caution. Alyssa, on the other hand, all caution.
99.
All caution. And she shows it proudly.
So did you, like, based on their scores, did you see that, like, growing up with them?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Me and Miranda sort of always butt heads as far as, like, who is the more, like, out there, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. Although I'm the first to always jump on a roller coaster, but she's always the first to eat food.
Because roller coasters ain't really logical. So that's why. The look she's giving me.
they're for a general. Yeah,
they are there
junkies.
for amazing things.
The cautious people who don't get it anywhere else.
Adrenaline.
That's crazy, because I used to jump on them when I was younger, but now I couldn't.
Oh, I want to ride them all.
My body don't do that.
I'll take you and I will drag you with me.
We don't do that here.
Yes, we do.
We don't do
and
that.
And I will drag you out of a plane for skydiving.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. And cage diving with a shark.
Come
on.
I don't swim.
That's why you don't have to. You're in a cage.
That's even worse. Because what if the cage like goes down and I can't swim back up?
Then I will push your ass back up. Or I'll bring Courtney with us. Come on!
Cage about to be like a whole tissue box, just open wide up.
Like, fuck. Well.
But no. I heard like sharks, they don't really fuck with humans like that. Like,
exactly.
Unless you get cut.
But not even that. Like they don't. It's more of like fish blood that makes them go crazy. Like they don't even see us as effort.
Blood in general.
I
don't know. Maybe the sci-fi movies, like,
they just be hyping it up.
Yeah.
I thought it was blood in general.
I'm sorry, I completely derailed us.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well,
a little bit.
But I mean, I've just been trying to make a more conscious effort because I realize that my D&I are fairly low on my disc assessment. But at the same time, I know that depending on the situation, I can be full on, like, very decisive, and if the situation calls for it, I will do that. So just kind of putting myself in more of those situations. Tried it. Went well with some, not so well with others.
So with the assessments, has that like kind of helped anyone deal with like other people?
Yeah.
All right.
It helped me get into a whole argument with her.
Because I remember, you probably can help me a little bit with this. I heard E.T. was talking about the disc assessment, and he was like, his son is like more of a, I think, a high I, You know,
Yeah.
he's like always ready to go. But like he thought his
he's
daughter.
a C. A C?
I can't remember. But I remember he was like
Because he's an I.
not really connecting with his daughter, and
Mhm.
he like thought that she was like just didn't like him or something.
Yeah.
Because every time he wanted to go somewhere, he would ask, and she's like, "Nah, I gotta study,"
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. But it was like he had found out that she might have been a high C, because he is cautious.
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's I. She's
He's
probably
I.
C.
Mhm.
Okay, so she was like a high C or something. So he would have to like give her like time in advance, like a whole 48 hours or something, to prepare herself,
Right.
and then she would be ready to go.
Right.
So
And that's definitely our relationship.
Or longer.
That was us this morning. Why you tell him 12:30? You didn't tell me nothing.
Cause you were getting first. Hold on. You said you were getting ready. You was gonna get up and get ready. And I was
But
like,
you
all right.
know how long that takes.
This was at least at like 11:30. Cause as soon as Gibbs ended, I was like, all right. She was gonna go get ready. And
But then you wanted to test my gangster,
First
and
of
I had to
all-
whoop you.
anyway, we're getting off topic.
Way on topic.
You're making Aaron uncomfortable.
Tragic.
They do
Tragic.
this like every episode.
But it's funny.
I had to leave on them last time.
Anywho, I know my assessment said that I am pretty much a people person,
Hmm.
which I didn't believe because I don't like people. But
You like some people.
I thought I didn't like people either. To be fair.
But so I don't know. This week I found myself, speaking to people more. Stopping for little small conversations or whatever, and I found out people actually think I'm nice.
You are.
You are nice when you want to
I
be.
guess. Like, I see people that I don't usually talk to will come up and talk to me and stuff, and I'm like, okay.
That's weird.
Also, my patience been tested, but I
Persevered. Because you're the better
I'm
person.
so proud of myself.
Good. We're proud of you too. In all fairness, like
Round of
we are.
applause.
Because I do remember a time. I remember a time where you would probably spaz out on somebody. At the smallest thing, not even somebody talking about you that that they talking about you. Like yeah. So you definitely came a long way.
Yeah, a lot of people said that as well.
Good job. Good job. So, how are we going to use that to better ourselves? How are we going to work on getting better? Because that's just the first steps. And you can say, just continue working on
Yeah,
what's your weekend.
Yeah, I will have to work on the small things before I can work on the bigger things.
Baby steps.
I mean, maybe I can try to plan ahead. I like to plan stuff ahead to...
Yes, you do. And not tell people the details.
Do you want to fight?
Let you too.
But yeah, like I was saying, I need to work on the smaller things before I can really start working on the bigger things, because I don't have to want to backtrack
Right.
and have to,
Right.
So I would say baby steps.
Oh yeah. But see, it's good though now, because we all know a little bit something about ourselves that we didn't even know. Like my assessment, like I wasn't really too shocked when I seen it. It was like the things that you were probably like the continual what is the list that the list of improvements page. Like when it showed me those things, and I was like, most of these I already knew. So when I looked at it, I was like, oh no, you disrespecting me now. Like, but it kind of gave me some confirmation that these were the things that I'm working on. So I know I'm on the right track, because this assessment told me that this is who I am, and this is who I need to work on, like what I need to work on in general. But excuse me. The reason why I brought that up is because like most people, they don't know who they are. And for instance, like in your situation, they're saying that you were a people person, but you might say that you're not a people person, but it might be because of the experiences that you had that made you go against who you actually are. So most people are in situations where they don't know who they are, so they put themselves in situations that don't fit their personality. And then they end up in a rut where you have a lot of regrets in the future because you just ended up doing something that somebody else wanted you to do and not what you wanted to do. Right. And that's why I wanted to bring that up, just to talk about that for a minute. But we head on into this little topic that Marcus came up with, because I thought it was real interesting that it's just been a lot of things in my personal life where a lot of people are saying things around me, saying that they want certain things, but they just wanted to come right to them, like right away. And like, I've been working on finding success for the last at least 6 years of my life, and then it's like, it's funny because people look at me, it's like, oh, you're doing that, you're never going to be successful at that one thing. And I'm like, how do I know that I'm never going to be successful at that one thing? What's the guy's name? Harry Schultz, the owner of Starbucks, didn't get successful until he was like almost 70 years old. The Colonel, another example, he got denied like a 1,000 times by banks to start KFC. Right. And look how successful that is right now. Walt Disney, old as fuck before the Disney World came out the ground. George Lucas, same thing. All these guys, like Morgan Freeman, I can name them all. Like, these are guys that worked their entire lives to get what they have, and yet you have people around us, the bottom tier people. And I just find it funny that these are the people who definitely need to have this mentality of, let me grind hard to do what I need to do. But they look at the people who do stuff and they say, well, this ain't working in a certain amount of time, so let me go ahead and quit and start on something else. And it might be something that they're passionate in, but their environment has told them, like, all right, so if it don't work right now, you need money for rent right now, so don't worry about this over here. Worry about what you got in front of you and leave that alone. And then you get people who call their passion a hobby because it ain't bringing them no money at that certain time. Right. So what's y'all take on that?
I completely agree. I mean, there are a lot of people that don't have the persistence that they need to be able to get, like you said, their hobby, quote unquote, to be part of their dream and actually make their dream a reality and go through the necessary steps. They say if it's not happening within a month or two, then they're going to give up.
But some people have hobbies they don't realize they can, that's their dream.
Well, first I think they need to find themselves first and figure out what they want to do. We've actually talked about this many times before. I remember one time, kind of how you say there shouldn't be a plan B.
Right.
There always should be a plan A. If plan A fails, you should just figure out another way to achieve plan A.
Right.
And then when we had Hydus on the podcast, what did he say?
That most people fall and Yeah, when people start feeling the pain when they start working on it. Yeah, and they feel that pain and they like, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. You see it happen all the time, man.
And sometimes what you're going for might not be for you. But you should always, take a step back and reevaluate what you want to do or what you're trying to do. And maybe that path isn't, exactly what you need to go down. Maybe there's another path. Maybe there's just something different that you're good at that you need to do to make a passion out of it.
But for real though, like, let's break it down even more, because the average people, they won't be able to relate to success principles or anything like that. Right. You can break this down into just about anything: relationships, weight, anything. Like your school, like people who go to school and make bad grades, like you wasting a lot of energy at school anyway, and you waste the same amount of energy to make good grades and the same amount of energy to waste bad grades. You're gonna waste the same amount of energy in the same amount of time. The same thing with our job. You're gonna waste the same amount of energy and the same amount of time being on the clock, regardless of if you do the work or if you don't do the work. So you might as well just do the work. And if you don't want to do the work, you just might as well leave. And it's like, you can't be upset because, all right, so for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. We had people at our job in particular who would they would hear somebody say, okay, in order to achieve this certain goal, then you have to do this. And I found myself in a situation where I was doing it when Alyssa got her promotion. I remember her work ethic and what got her to that promotion. And I started telling myself excuses. Was like, okay, maybe they don't like me because of my attitude. Maybe they don't like me because of this. This person here just hating on me. I found myself saying things like that because I was like trying to figure out like not in a arrogant or a jealous type of way. I'm like, yo, my girl moving up. I got to get on my shit and figure out why I'm not moving up. So it caused me to try to figure out what was going on. And I found myself in situations where it's like, I hate this. I hate what I do, but I have to realize like I have to do it in order to get to where I'm going. So I would try to do what she did. I tried to give the job the energy that she gave it when she used to work it, and I just couldn't maintain that. Like I would do it for a few minutes or a few hours. I'd be like, all right, I made rate today. I did good, and then like over the course of the week, I just kind of declined because it's like I couldn't keep up with that same. I didn't have that same drive that she had. Those things like me doing that action just didn't fit me, so I just couldn't maintain that. But you got some people who would do that, and he's like, okay, I want to do this because they said this is what I need to do in order to have a promotion, or this is what I need to do to become an ambassador, or whatever the case is, or to look good for the management team. But they doing it for the wrong reason. So when they start doing it, they stop doing it just as fast as they start. So then they say, well, I did this on this day and it didn't get me nowhere.
Yeah.
And so they just give up.
Because they thought that it was supposed to come to them when you did it on this day. Well, here's the problem. You've been working here for 5 months. For 4 months, for 4 of those 5 months, the first 4 months on top of that, you didn't do shit. And you proved that you won't shit with all this TOT you got, all these rate problems you got, all these quality errors that you got, and then all of a sudden you try to work for 1 month to offset the 4 months that you already been there. It just don't work that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing with something like if I need to break it down a little bit more, we'll talk about let's talk about like negative attitudes. Okay, like you need to change your attitude in order to succeed, and you 30-some years old. All right. You've been this way for 30-some years. You can't just change up a attitude and just expect to be this brand new person.
Right.
It take a whole 7 years for a cell to die. It take a whole 7 years for a cell to die. So you gonna become in 7 years you become a completely different person than you were 7 years ago. You think you were just supposed to do it for a month, and all of a sudden you were just gonna be brand new.
Well, I think that's another good point too, is that sort of to tie back in like the disc assessments and things like that, how we realize that each of us is like very like, you were the IC, you're the SD, right? No, DC, IS, and then he was the DISC. Just realizing that you need the right sets of combinations of people around you to push you further or help motivate you. Like he's the one that motivates me and I motivate him just as well. Like, we used to compete all the time.
Big time.
When I was still on the same shift as him.
I had a motivator.
And then once I left, then it was like...
the motivation stopped.
Okay. And so, I mean, it's about putting the right kinds of people around you. Whatever you lack, I might be able to help out with, or whatever I lack, you might be able to help out with, or whatever unique sort of combination of attributes. Like, me and you will work really well together because we're so similar in some ways, and then you can push me and be like, okay, you need to do this, go and like you, like we're very like stability type, but you might also be like, okay, we're gonna bring more people on, and it might be like scary and terrifying to me, but I'm like, okay, well, I can see your point. And you yeah you're gonna be the one to light the fire under my butt and be like, go, do it.
And she hates it.
I do.
She hates it.
I do. I was like, okay, but we need to analyze these pros and cons. We got to figure out, okay, what's the cost of this? And like, just our conversation earlier, it's going to be very, very different when we live together one day. because we realize just how different we are and how we think about things. I am very instruction driven. Like, I will read the box directions on how to bake things or whatever. And then he's over here like, I'm going to add a dash of this and that and this and this. Oh, and it doesn't call for this and there's this and this sounds good and let's put this we're going to just keep on putting it underneath the sink rather than pulling out a measuring cup.
But does it work?
I don't honestly see a difference in what it is. I just know that it takes longer to do it his way because you're not...
What?
Yes! It takes all of like 2 seconds if your kitchen was organized. To grab
I mean, that is true.
It's okay, you're still bachelor mode as far as housing goes.
Good luck, Karen.
Who thought of that?
So,
I don't even think that you would let me rearrange things the way that I need to.
You can do that now if you wanted to. I don't care.
Yeah, you do.
Just tell me
You'd
where
be
you
like,
move
where'd you put it?
exactly.
Just
So,
tell me where you put the stuff.
when I had my apartment in Newport News,
Are we getting off topic?
no, it kind of relates. My friends came over and they helped clean. Didn't ask them to clean, they cleaned. So
Is
when they
that bad?
left, it wasn't that bad. I had stuff.
Go ahead.
But anyway, after they cleaned, I was like, "Where's the brush? I just need the brush." It's like up under the sink counter. I was like, "Why is it up under there?" But
that don't make sense. I need this.
it kind of relates to what's up. Like her way of doing things might not be your correct path to get to where you're going. So.
All right, so let's break it down. Let's break it down. Y'all know that the teachers in school that, like, if you had like a algebra class or something like that, and you do the fucking problem and you just give the answers, it's like, all right, I got
my
a test.
God, that was me.
And then you get that shit to the teacher, and the teacher's like, that's the right answer, but show me the work.
How'd you get it?
Show me the work.
But
Show me the work.
It's
I'm
like-
like, I don't need to show you the work. I got the right answer here.
Okay, I'm
got
alienated
the-
here.
I got the right answer here. Like, why do you need me to show the work? Like, Alyssa was like one of those people. Like, she was criticizing me. Like, all right, so there was nothing wrong. Nothing. Absolutely nothing wrong with my pancakes this morning. But
No, but
yet
if I were
because
to follow the directions,
yet because
I, bet you
I
it would
didn't
turn
follow
out
the
just as good.
directions. So I add extra ingredients to my pancake batter, so I can't follow the
We do
directions. So I cannot. It's not possible for me to follow the
You just put
directions.
cinnamon in it though.
And if I know for a fact that if I make it according to the box standards, they're gonna be bland, they're gonna be flat, they ain't gonna be fluffy. I want my pancakes like the IHOP pancakes. God damn it!
They look like they be on Star Wars.
Yeah, I want my jump to when I put the batter down and I flip the joint. You know when the jump. Like when that jump rise up a little bit, that's how you know you got a good pancake right there. Like if I followed the box, I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have those results. So you know you got to do great things to be great.
Yeah, okay.
y'all use water.
He does.
I put milk in it, but I also put oil in it too. Yep.
See?
You don't have the complete
The what?
the complete mix.
It's buttermilk mix from
But is it the
Biscuit.
complete? Oh,
Do you put eggs in it?
Hell no,
Okay.
okay.
then, no,
So it's not.
it's
alright.
complete.
because that's how you get rubber. If you like the jump said you got to put egg in, it's like they come out real rubbery.
Really?
Mine don't.
Yeah.
That's what the incomplete mix takes, right? Eggs, milk and eggs, and
Yeah.
something else.
Off topic. It's Alyssa's fault.
Interesting.
Mine applied. Thank you. I talked about how me and her can be good partners. Me and him can be good partners. You and me make good partners. Like
Yeah, we
all of
do.
us combined make even better ones.
Yeah.
And then with my fellow IC and you and Mitch and Miranda are gonna have fun.
No, they just gonna have a field day with me.
Oh, Miranda will have so much fun bossing you around.
Yeah.
She'll be like, do this now.
Yes. I don't want to. I already don't want to.
She'll be like, you're gonna do
Does
it.
she
or I'm
listen to
gonna
the
tell
podcast?
Alyssa.
Is she listen?
I might tell her to listen to this episode.
Miranda, I'm sorry, but I probably won't listen to you.
Oh, she'll find a way to make you.
She's a high D. She probably will.
She'll be like, I'm telling Alyssa.
Sure, like these, like how these like pilots, they'll find a way to do something and then make you think that it was your idea when it was their idea.
I was about to
all
say
along.
she'll pull some reverse psychology on you.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware.
It was something off of what you were saying. You was talking about before.
Patience. Microwavable mindset.
Oh, it was something like I have realized some people have childhood dreams that they still try to pursue. And like you said, people change every 7 years. They might, go off and do something different.
Right.
But they be like, oh, well, this is my childhood dream. I gotta do it. Like they feel obligated to do it.
I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't never really met nobody who chasing childhood dreams.
There's people out there that do it.
Like, if you ask a kid what they wanted to do when they grow up, like, ain't too many kids out here telling you I want to move boxes for a living. Like kids, like I want to be a princess, I want to be a king, a lawyer, a doctor,
Astronaut.
like astronaut. I want to go to space. I want to be a firefighter. Like, ain't nobody really out here like I want to work a 9 to 5 when I get older. Like, what?
I used to tell people I want to be rich.
Same. Jamal King said that he told his family that he wanted to be rich when he get older. In a family full of cops, and his dad was just like, what did he say his dad said to him?
I don't remember the exact terminology.
Kind of like he kind of shot it down a little bit. But
I remember you talking.
You know how
about
9 to 5 people with the 9 to 5 mentality, you say you want to be rich and they look like that ain't possible. You can't do that. Like you got to win the lottery.
Yeah.
Or you gotta be a basketball player, football player, actor, singer. You got to do one of those things in order to become rich. But people start focusing on being rich, and that's also the wrong mentality to have as well. Because I'm not focusing on being rich. Like I don't just want $1 million just to have $1 million in the bank. Like that's fucking dumb. You can't just like have $1 million just sitting in the fucking bank not doing nothing with it. Like you have to be investing it into something. You have to give it back to something. Like for one thing, like first of all, your taxes are gonna come take it. So you might as well go ahead and do something with it. You might as well find a way. You might as well go ahead and flip it some kind of way. So I don't just want a lot of money just for the sake of having a lot of money. So, but at the same time, it's just like I know what it's going to take in order to change me into somebody who's going to need to do the work. But I know that I don't know, opposed to not knowing that I don't know that I don't know.
So why isn't that taught? Why are we taught that 9 to 5, getting money, getting a check at the end of every 2 weeks is the way to go?
Because it gets you by. Just for that moment.
Right.
So why are we taught to put that, or kind of manage money correctly and invest it in something to make more?
It just depends on who's teaching you that. Like, is it your parents or your teachers?
Right.
Well, and I mean, and to throw myself under the bus, I was kind of that person. I was like, oh yeah, I can climb the top of the list ladder, but I'm still going to be the 9 to 5. I'm not going to pursue a dream because I'm very, 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 very risk averse. Like, if I don't know that I'm absolutely going to be good at it, like the first, maybe second time around that I try it, then I'm like, nope, we're done. So it wasn't until I met him that I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll give it another shot of like something different. And that kind of goes along with like, make sure that you have the right kind of combination of people around you. Like if you're around people, they always say that you're like you're just like the...
You're the sum total of the 5 people that you hang with.
Was it 5 or 7?
It don't matter. You're the
small amount of people.
Yeah, you're the sum total. The sum total of the people that you hang with.
Yeah. So I always put myself around the same environment. I like stable, cautious. Makes sense for me. Very DI, like direct. Just gonna make the decisions and go. It doesn't matter how you're gonna do it. Just go.
Just go.
Whereas with me, I'm like, okay, I need to like have facts. I need to like know that I'm going to be able to support myself. I'm going to need to know that I'm going to be able to support whatever future family I have, whether it's a family of dogs or whatever.
Was this like, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
But I mean, people can change. It just has to be something that you're more open to, or put yourself around the right people, hear more about it. Because I'm not bad with money. Like, I'm very frugal. I am very, like, I've got, I think it's up to like 820 credit score. Like, I'm good with money. It's just, I am very risk averse. And I just always thought, yeah, no dream. It's all good. Nope. I will climb to the top of this ladder. I will command, like, whatever. But just was never the type to want to pursue on my own, because I wanted something that if I happened to fail, then it wasn't just on me. And that is really important to me.
That's crazy, because me, like I told you before, Aaron, I was like stuck in deciding on what I want to do. Like, I want to do so many things. I want to write children's books. I want to, do the house thing, and there's so many things I want to do. I don't know which, path to take first.
Right.
And like you, if I'm not good at it, I ain't, like, it's failing. And I said this before, I am scared of failing. But now I know that you have to fail to learn your mistakes and pick it up. And yeah, it's crazy.
Well, the answer to, I want to like try to take a shot at answering the question that Marcus just asked, but why don't we do things like that? But I didn't know that we didn't at one point, and it took me reading one book that changed my perspective on the entire world and how I saw it. If you guys ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki? He wrote a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And the book was about how he grew up with a father that had a 9-to-5, and he was a teacher in Hawaii, and he was barely making ends meet. He was always working. Meanwhile, his best friend, his dad, owned a construction company, and he was always like scheming, trying to find, well, not necessarily scheming, but he was always like looking for new ways to be successful. He had multiple A's and multiple baskets. Like, he was just a guy that was doing a lot, but you could tell because he had a winning attitude and a winning spirit that he was going somewhere. Like, he wasn't necessarily there yet, but he was going somewhere. So he told the story about how he ended up working for his friend's dad, and his friend's dad was teaching him stuff about money and finances and success that his actual dad wasn't teaching him. So that's where the premise of Rich Dad Poor Dad came from. So when that started happening, like when I read that book, that was my first gateway to knowing that the people around me weren't the people around that I needed to be around. So I was around people like my family who they didn't know anything but the struggle. And they complained about the struggle, but they never did anything about the struggle. And then you got the people out there who know the struggle, but they know how to get out of the struggle, and they know how to put in the work to get out of the struggle. So it took me to figure that out, to know that, all right, well, I love my family, but I'm going to have to love them from a distance, because there's a certain place that I want to be. And once you know your tribe when you talk about where you want to be. If you start saying that, all right, so this is what I want for my life, and this is where I want to go, and the people around you try to give you friendly advice to keep you from doing it, if you start talking to those people, then you know you need to distance yourself from those people. So at that point, whether it's friends, family, or whatever, like you can keep your family in your life, but at the same time, if your family can't contribute to what you're trying to do, then you obviously can't spend a whole lot of unnecessary time around your family members. You got to find somebody that's around you that is going to help you move up to the next level, that's going to give you the information. It's about networking with people that's going to put you in that next level bracket. Because a person that makes $9 an hour at McDonald's, they can't teach me success principles. Right. That might be my best friend. I might love them to death, but at the same time, they can't be my mentor, because you know what I know. And there's no disrespect. There ain't no disrespect about it. It's like, I got to do what I got to do for myself.
I always love your expressions.
No, because
He
makes me like
very like, oh, yeah.
because he
that's a
makes
good
me
point.
think about like my own situation with my family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to hang around them all the time, like cousins and upon cousins or whatever. But I see they wasn't working as hard I was working, so I kind of like separated myself. Like once I had Jace, separated myself. Like, and then I have like successful family members, but I feel like they won't share their principles or how they got up to there. Like, if you're not gonna help me, then why am I still here around you?
I can get there. We can talk about that for a second.
Like,
all right. So just like I said, people from a certain environment don't talk to other people from other environments. So it's like they might know you from when they knew you. But they don't know that you're trying to grow, and they don't know that you got the principles of where they're at, and they might not have realized that you're trying to you're trying to progress in life. So it's like because the reason I know this, like I have like family members that have kind of found success without the family as well, and they kind of like it seemed like they kind of just like disappeared. Where he like moved away or something, like just to get far away from the family as humanly possible, and like they just don't talk to nobody from like from the main family. They just start their own family and they just kind of move on. But like when they do that, they're cutting ties from everybody. So it's like if you come and enter back into their lives, then they're just going to remember you from where they remember you. So at that point, it probably takes a little bit of catching up or a little bit of asking questions just to get them to understand. Unless they just straight up assholes, then you know it'll work itself out in that notion. But once again, that's like one of those microwave things. It's not going to just take one approach for you because they need to know that you're not going to waste their time, because time is important aspect of life, and you don't get that back. So it's like if I waste my time with this person, or if I spend my time, I'm not going to say waste time, because it wouldn't be a waste of time to spend it on another person. But if I spend my time with this person, is it going to be fruitful in the end? Whether it's going to be fruitful for me or fruitful for them, are they going to take this advice and put it to use, is what I want to know.
Do it.
Especially if it's somebody who can give you some advice on something, because networking is important.
Yeah.
Like Marcus's real estate aunt.
real estate lawyer.
Real estate lawyer aunt that we still haven't talked to yet. And we need to get her on the podcast, ask some questions. Shit.
Hey.
I will bring the whole setup to her. Just to get that information.
And she's still social distancing.
We can get her on the phone. Can I plug a phone into this thing? I might be able to plug a phone into that thing. Yeah.
Actually.
No, but we can't do. I don't think we can do a mix minus with that.
There's a
I'm
will, there's a
probably
way.
the only person here that know what that is. So
I'm guessing that it's something about hearing on the inside of
it's mixing.
the opposite end of the call rather than your own.
She got it.
Huh.
First try.
I think you underestimate me. I think you enjoy it.
I think I just might.
underestimate me.
He underestimates everybody.
She
does.
might just listen a lot
thinks
more
that
than
he
I think
just-
she.
He just thinks that he's so much better.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have that? Do I have that spirit?
You got a little arrogance there.
I'll work on it. My assessment told me to work on that.
See, bettering yourself.
I'm not really.
But Mom, how are you supposed to be bettering yourself? You never actually shared your improvement thing.
I ain't even started. I am.
Yeah, he said that. He cut himself out the conversation real early. Real early.
I ain't really been put in a position to even like kind of try or
That's the thing. That's another thing. I'm pretty sure that's on that list too. Creating your opportunities. And the willingness, having the willingness to do such. So, you know. not waiting for the opportunity or for somebody to give it to you.
No microwave age mentality.
But wouldn't that be the opposite of microwave?
No.
No?
I don't think it really applies. Does it? How?
Expecting things to come to you really quickly.
All right, yeah, I got it. Yeah, she right.
You expecting a situation to come up.
I think we can sum up basically everything we were talking about with patience and perseverance.
Everything is not going to come to you on a silver platter.
It's not, and it's not going to come to you as quick as you want it to. Some things is going to take practice, time, dedication. It may not happen the next day or 2 weeks from now, a month from now, but if you keep at it, the results will come.
Make sure that you have the right people around you to help motivate you to get there too.
Right. And I know some of y'all feel like y'all too young and yet too old. Like you just don't, to be successful. But it's never too late. You can be in your 50s.
Mm-hmm.
You could have lost your job during this whole
Pandemic.
COVID situation.
Yes.
That could be a blessing right there. That could give you time to focus on whatever you're passionate about and become an expert at it to make that into something that can make you money.
When things start, opening up again, you can pursue.
When one door closes, another one opens.
So be patient. It'll work out. And?
I like it. I love it.
I think he's purposefully trying to step back so that we can take it over.
Alyssa, anything else?
No, I think it's good to wrap it up.
For real, I am gonna take one last message though. But one thing that I heard from E.T. that really got under my skin, he said, "It take 18 years to be 18 years old. You can't rush the process. Don't rush the process. Trust the process." And what I want to encourage people to do is I want you to embrace the fact that it's going to be hard. I don't want you to run from the fact that it's going to be hard. I don't want you to run from the fact that people are going to change on you. I don't want you to run from the fact that there's failure. There is, for everything that's good that comes to us, it's going to require some hard work, some dedication, some blood, sweat, and tears for you to get into the position that you want to be in life. Everything that is built easily can also get destroyed easily. Everything that you go through, all of the challenges that you go through, every bit of adversity that you face is all created to test you and to build you and make you stronger. So embrace all of the pain, all of the hardships that come with everything that you do. If you're passionate about it, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something or you shouldn't be doing something based off of their own beliefs. And we've said it a few times on this episode alone, and many times on any other episode of this podcast, to put yourself around people that is going to make you grow, people that are going to sharpen you. Because if you are the smartest person in the room and not only that, if you run a whole bunch of idiots, then you're not going to grow. So put yourself around people that's going to help you grow. Put yourself around people that's going to push you to the next level, and watch your life become something that you never imagined that it would.
This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome.
Get that sound
Check us out on AscensionDynasty.com. Like us on Facebook. Give us a review. Spotify.
Hit that like button if you're watching this on YouTube.
Like.
You do.
At Mecca All Trades.
Yep. All right. So we will see you next week.
Bye. Nigga.